go. Stand by.
Here's to the boy wonder, the kid, the miracle man, the keeper's nightmare, the phenomenon, the unstoppable, the number 9, the king. Here's to Ronaldo, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned for more.
Hey guys, this is Sean from the Pompey Games Room. Thanks for checking out this latest review here for Ronaldo V-Football. First of all, I hope you enjoyed the video entrance at the beginning of this video. This was an advert that was shot by Nike back in the day for Ronaldo, due to the fact that he endorsed a lot of their products along with this game. So as this game loads up, we'll just touch on the history of this game. It was released on the 20th of May 2000 for the PlayStation 1 and the Game Boy Color. It was developed by Power and Magic Development, published by Infogrames, and was the only game to ever be endorsed by Ronaldo. Now, before we get into this game, it's worth mentioning that this game only ever saw a European release. It was scheduled to be released in America as well, but was later cancelled just before release, due to the fall in popularity of football or soccer to the American viewers. But that said, this game is absolutely awesome, and really flew under the radar, as it was out at the same time such as games as FIFA 2000, FA Premier League Stars, and ISS.
Olha o gol, olha o gol, olha o gol! Ronaldo! Que bicicleta extraordinária!
Yep, I know what you're going to say. One big Nike advert and very similar to ISS. But this aside, I actually enjoyed this game more back in 2000 than I did the FIFA titles, which is very rare if you check out my first few videos, where I do claim that FIFA is one of my favourite all-time football games. I always found this game easier to navigate than the FIFA series, and with a match engine much the same as ISS, I found the gameplay both more enjoyable and challenging. So let's take a look at the game modes here. We'll start off with Arcade Cup, where the idea was to select one team and advance straight to a knockout cup. This was ideal if you wanted to avoid sort of group stages, as you'll find on tournaments in this. Next up we have Endurance, which is basically put 5 separate divisions that need to be won and climbed in order to unlock bonus material and teams. Each of these divisions can take a while to complete, and also step up in difficulty the further you go. This mode is definitely recommended to those of you that really want to be challenged by a football game. Now moving on to tournaments, as I'm flicking through them here, as you can see, basically you could choose whatever you wanted to play in a tournament format. The V-Football Cup was basically put a World Cup tournament, where you would need to start off in the group stages and progress through the knockout stages to win the V-Football Cup. So anyway, for the purpose of this review, let's just click on Exhibition and go through the many different modes you can select. As you can see, you can play one player versus computer, you can team up with someone else to play two players versus a computer, or just play one versus two player. So there's only actually international sides available on Ronaldo V-Football, and you'll find all the teams from the FIFA World Rankings in 2000, and also with real player names. Stats for each side are shown in front of the map there, and for the purpose of this review, let's go with the World Cup final from France '98, Brazil versus France. So this screen here would actually act as sort of your options before you progressed into the gameplay screen and saw the lineups for each team. On here you could change the stadium, which you can see me scrolling through now, you could change the weather and the length of the match. Now it's also worth mentioning that stadiums in this game were loosely based on stadiums from Brazil and France. France mainly because of the World Cup obviously in France in 1998, and Brazil mainly due to Ronaldo being involved in this game. And depending on which stadium you chose, you got a different intro, which we'll see here. So here's the team lineups then. Like I said, there's proper player names on this game. One thing I haven't really touched on is that there's quite a few loading screens in this game, but they're quite well hidden, as they always seem to be taken up with information on the game mode that you were just about to start playing. So before each game began, you could quickly change anything you wanted to do, duration of the game, weather. You could even change between camera angles, as you can see here. Now, as far as camera angles actually go on this game, I actually found the one that you start off with, which is called side high on the game, to be the most comfortable to use throughout gameplay. Now, this isn't actually saying that the other camera angles on this game aren't great, but I just found personally that this camera angle was the best that suited my needs. As for controls on this game, like any football game now, you had different configurations, so A, B, C. Each of these configurations had a different button layout, so you could find one that suited your needs.
This match is set to be a real battle. Managers and players have certainly made plenty of comments. Some of them could be described as being sensational. I don't think things will get out of hand though. I hope we have a good quality contest.
A blazing sun and scorching heat. These conditions will suit the Brazilian players. The pitch is in excellent condition and it's a beautiful afternoon for football.
So after that little introduction then from the commentators on this game, you now get your first look at the gameplay for Ronaldo V-Football. Now the beauty of this game really is that it's so easy to pick up. If you played any sort of football game, or sport game for that matter, you're going to love the way that this game plays, due to its fast-paced action and brilliant and responsive controls. Now one of the things that always bothered me about Ronaldo V-Football is that there was never a sequel to this game. I really can't understand why they at least didn't put another version of this game out for 2001, as both Power and Magic Development and Infogrames were onto a winner with this game title. So throughout the early stages of this review, you'll probably remember that I made comparisons with this game to ISS. So I'll call up a screen so you guys can see what I mean about this. And as you can see, apart from the pitch colour, the gameplay is pretty much identical. I mean, any Pro Evo or ISS fan will even notice that the formation and team settings screens are pretty much identical to ISS. So I think it's safe to say that the developers took massive inspiration from the ISS series of games in the making of Ronaldo V-Football.
I think the keeper was beaten.
Now this next point is actually going to be proved in a minute on this video. Another great thing about this game was, against games that are out in the market at the same time, was the ability to score amazing goals. I often found that on FIFA titles from 1998 to 2004 that it was very difficult to score from outside the box. So with the ability to score diving headers, overhead kicks and screamers from outside the box, it's no wonder I was so interested in this game. So how can I sum up Ronaldo V-Football then, as we come to the end of this review? Well, this game is addictive for those of you that are interested in the early ISS and Pro Evo games. It's a real shame that this game never saw any sequels, with the main point I think being the fact that Ronaldo suffered a serious injury whilst playing for Inter Milan just after this game's release. This needed him to sit out the whole 2001 and 2002 seasons, probably meaning that this game would have lost its mascot. But should this injury have never happened, I'm sure we would have seen many titles of this game in the coming years. Until next time guys, thanks for watching.